Before clicking away, just see this proof of FPS increase. If you follow this video properly, then this FPS might be yours next. So stay with me for the rest of the video as I share with you guys the tried and tested performance improvement methods to increase frame rate and optimize GameLoop. So let's get started.
Okay, starting with the video, you guys will get this folder, Snail YT Lagfix folder. Make sure to download it. Link will be in description. Here there will be 3 files which we will use to optimize PUBG Mobile performance in GameLoop. Before starting any of this, make sure to delete GameLoop first, uninstall GameLoop. Uninstalling GameLoop removes all the previous files and cache it has stored. So now opening the Snail YT Lagfix folder, you will find a GameLoop folder. Here is the GameLoop version we are gonna download. But after uninstalling, GameLoop still leaves a bit of files and cache which we have to delete. So for that, I have made this optimizer. Just open it. Here, click on Enter to start, and here you will find at number 3 option is Clear Old Files. Enter 3 and press Enter. And press enter again. Will remove all the old files and registry and also clear the temp files too. So you don't have to do anything, it will automatically do it for you. And this is not any improving FPS thing. This is just to clear the old files. So if anybody says that clear temp files, your FPS will increase or lag will increase, frame drops will become less. So that guy is just bullshitting. And it's done. Now restart your PC and do the same process again, because some files are left and it cannot be deleted now. You have to restart the PC so that the GameLoop driver gets uninstalled properly and you can delete the files again. So restart your PC and do the same process. Click on 3 and press enter and it will delete all the files. So now let's go to GameLoop folder and see it carefully. This is the GameLoop version we are going to install. I know it says 64-bit and 64-bit is unoptimized for GameLoop, but why I chose this is after some careful testing, I found out that if you optimize GameLoop 64-bit in a way which I'm gonna tell you in this video, then you can get better FPS than GameLoop 32-bit. And GameLoop has installed. So close this and click on start. So GameLoop will start. This is pretty standard process. Be careful to follow the whole video. If you don't follow the whole video, this won't work, because every step is linked with each other. If you miss one step, then it won't work. And please don't skip the video. Many of you people skip the video and then come asking me for help. Click on X and install it. Install it within that is. So let it install. It will install. I think so. It is a 900 MB, 925 MB. It will download. In the meantime, don't do anything. Let it download. Now we will do the settings. And do the settings before installing PUBG. This is very important. Go to engine and select DirectX. Whatever graphics you have, select DirectX. Why DirectX? Because DirectX uses less resources than OpenGL. Less GPU resources and CPU resources too. So with my GTX 1650, I found out that sometimes using OpenGL, I get GPU bottleneck for some weird reason. But on DirectX, I don't get. So, but on DirectX, the problem is something else, which I'll fix it in this video too. So keep watching till the end. So make sure to select DirectX, enable this too, this one too, this one, this one. These ones are very important. These guys generate the cache files. And I'm sure many people, other Lagfix tutorial tell you delete cache files, delete a ton of these. But why are cache files generated? So that the FPS increases. The main reason of frame drops is the corruption of cache files. But if you don't even use the cache files, then your FPS would never increase. So make sure to click this and never change it. Only select it once before installing PUBG. Set the settings and never change it after installing PUBG. Select this and make sure to select ADB debugging or my optimizer won't work. Okay, ADB debugging won't help any FPS or something ADB and root. I've seen many lag fix video telling you people to enable ADB and root. This helps in increasing FPS. I don't know what they were doing while filming the video telling that. But it won't increase FPS, but this is needed for my optimizer tool to work. 8 GB RAM or more, then select 8 GB, whatever your RAM is. Or if you have less 4 GB RAM, then I don't know with 4 GB RAM what type of FPS you will be getting, but try automatic and 4 GB RAM. Processor, after testing out 1, 2, 3, 4, 8, I have a 6-core processor. As you can see, I have a 6-core processor, 6 cores. So after testing out all these settings, I have found out the automatic gives me best performance. But it might differ in yours. So how you will find out? You need to test it yourself. I can't tell you this, but you need to test it yourself. Your PC is different, my PC is different. So I can't tell you the best settings for your PC, but I am telling you the best settings for my one. So you can follow it if your PC is similar, but I've seen automatic giving the best performance. Like you won't give, I've seen automatic giving the best, not the best FPS. The best FPS you get at 8, but automatic gives you the best smoothness in gameplay. With 8, I have seen getting slightly more FPS, like 5 FPS, 3, 4 FPS more. But I get frame drops too. But on automatic, I never got much frame drops. Like once or twice in a game, just during landing or during parachuting that time. And after that, I never got a frame drop using automatic perform on processor. Screen DPI, you can select anything. Model changing model one to increase your FPS. But setting the model as Samsung, and here capital M dash capital X 910, you will unlock 120 FPS in smooth. Although you don't need this because um, I have given you the config files which will work, but uh, so if you want 120 FPS enabled in game in smooth graphics, then you should use this 120 for the model. So select yes. Now this is from here optimizer. Now here type GameLoop. Here you will find GameLoop and click on open file location. Right click here and click on open file location again. Then go to TX Game Assistant folder. Go to UI folder. Scroll down. Here you will find Android Emulator EN. Make sure to see this Android Emulator EN. Don't select any other ones. You might get ban or anything. So Android Emulator EN. Go to send to desktop, create shortcut. Create. Go to properties. And you come to at the very end after the commas, double inverted commas, and then give a space. Then type dash VM and then give space again and then type 100. Then click on apply and okay and the done. After so you can just start the emulator using this shortcut without going to GameLoop App Center. You can just quit the GameLoop App Center from here, so it won't use additional resources, and click on Android emulator and it will start. As you can see, it is starting. This is a better way to start, as you will be using lesser resources, as the app center won't be running in the background as you have quitted it from here. So let it run, and once it started running, come back to the folder. Here start optimization again. Invite to optimizer and click on enter. Now type type 1 here. Invite the PUBG optimization and press on enter. It will take some time. Wait for it. Yes, and it will start downloading the PUBG APK. So where it is downloading? It is downloading directly from the PUBG servers, not from anywhere else. Directly from PUBG servers, official PUBG servers, and it will start optimizing PUBG, and you will see PUBG getting installed here in a bit. It takes some time, so wait for it. And after optimizing, you will see PUBG being added in. So now minimize it. Don't close it. Minimize it. Then go to settings. Game loop settings. We need to do the settings too now. Go to game setting. Here. Now this is also a very important step. If you have a very low end PC like 2 cores or 4 core, very old CPU, um, Pentium CPU, then plain 720p. If you have 4 core but i5 6th generation, 7th generation, i7 7th generation, 8th generation, like that, play on 1080p. You have even better CPU like 6 core CPU, and that is like 10 generation, 9 generation. Then use 2K resolution. Now for the graphics quality, the best graphics quality is I would recommend selecting balanced or HD for mid range or even lower end. Smooth, smooth users like will give you the best FPS, smooth, but you will hear audio late, and the players won't render properly. When they will run, they'll look like they're floating and all that. This is due to smooth. It wasn't like this before, but after PUBG update on smooth graphics quality, it becomes like that. Yeah, you even can't see the hear the gunfire properly on smooth. So recommended would be for balance and HD for every other PC. I would go HD 90 FPS and click on save. So after saving, open here. You will get this. Just click on cancel. I will do the download list. Now click on back. Just come back. Like if you want whichever graphics you want, make sure to select that in 90 FPS or 120 FPS. Why I haven't given 60 FPS? Because if you want to play 60 FPS, it is already enabled in game. So say 120 FPS config, whatever I play at 120 FPS HDR. Whatever graphics you want, I want HDR graphics, so I'll copy the HDR config in the HDR folder, go to optimizer and paste it here. Now here you will go to the tool and click on press to apply graphics and click on enter. It will apply the graphics and done. It is done. If it doesn't apply, just after login you can apply this again and then it will apply. So now you have two options. You can not download any resources or download most of the resources. And make sure to download high quality images and graphics audio pack, graphics pack legacy. Make sure to download that or you will get frame drops. I've seen. If you want to download any graphics pack, download these three or don't download them at all. Only these two. And also if you do, also if you are not downloading any resources, don't download this. Delete this thing. How you will delete? Click on this delete icon. Here scroll down in recommended resource tab and click this and delete. If you are not downloading any resources, if you have a low end PC, but if you have a high end PC, I recommend downloading the resources and download these three first. Only these three. So while GameLoop is downloading the resources and maps, we are gonna do the other lag fix settings. So come down to secret lag fix files. Here you will get a bunch of lag fix options. Go to disk optimization, click on defragment and optimize drives, and click on optimize. If you have a hard drive, you will feel the difference. If you have a SSD, you might not feel the difference, but it will stop the performance of the SSD from degrading. Go to change settings, click on run on a schedule and select daily and click on OK. Then come down to game starter boost. Here you will get this text file, right click on edit, it will open, click on Control A and it will select all this, copy all of them. Now in the search bar type PowerShell, run it as administrator and just right click using the mouse, it will paste all of them and run them too, as you can see. And the last one, press enter again and all of them are done. This will improve the startup boost as it uh, does some optimization in the antivirus. Now for the ping boost, for this 20 ms ping, you need to merge it and see. I've seen ping getting lower to a great extent. This will be mostly helpful for uh, Wi-Fi's and all of that. Uh, but before merging, you need to enable this one setting. Go to the Wi-Fi icon, right click on open network and internet settings. When this page opens, click on change adapter option. Here, if you go to Wi-Fi, right click properties. In properties, make sure to select QoS packet scheduler and click on OK and close this. And then right click and uh, merge this registry. And after that, you will get this set DNS. I have found out that using Cloudflare DNS is the best for me. It gives the most stable ping. Uh, it doesn't lower the ping, but it helps me to keep the ping stable. And sometimes when you play, I get a ping as high as 200, 300, 600 ping. Sometimes I get using Cloudflare DNS seems to fix it for me. If you don't get such ping fluctuations from 20 ms to 500, 600 ms, then you have no need to use the DNS. But it is good practice to use Cloudflare DNS. It is known as the fastest DNS. So how to set the DNS? Again, go to the network icon, click on open network and internet settings. Here you will get the change adapter options. Then go to whatever you are using. If you are using Ethernet, go to Ethernet. I am using Wi-Fi. So go to Wi-Fi, right click, properties. Here make sure to select, take the Internet Protocol version 4 and Internet Protocol version 6. Both of them. Select, click on properties. Here it will be obtain DNS server automatically as default. Click on use the following DNS server addresses and open the text file and copy these 1.1.1 don't and write it here like this and 1.0 here and then click on OK. Then for go to Internet Protocol version 6, click on properties. Here you will get these two, copy from here and paste it here by after selecting use the following DNS server addresses. Then copy the command here, copy it Now type in cmd, run as administrator. Here, paste it. Click on enter. It will flush the DNS cache so that sometimes you have some problems changing DNS. Even if you change the DNS, it doesn't change. So it will fix that. And how to know if the DNS has changed? Go to open any web browser, go to its settings, and type in here DNS and make sure here secure DNS is turned off, or use the current service provider instead of selecting from the setting. Then go to DNS leak test, search for DNS leak test in Google. Go to the first website, uh, then click on standard test. It will do the test. Whatever DNS server you have set, it will come in here. If you see any other DNS server except Cloudflare, so that means it's some problem. Setting the DNS. Okay, then click on close it. Now the ping boost is done. Now for RAM optimize. For RAM optimize, you get this RM map. This RM map application is made by Microsoft only. This is very useful application. If you have like 8 GB RAM or less, this will be very useful. I have 16 GB RAM, so I don't need this. But if you have a low-end PC with 8 GB RAM or less, it will literally clear half of the RAM. I'll show you in just a minute. Let me. Ah. So as you can see, I am using about 5.3 GB. I'll go open the RM map application, go to empty, and here I will click on empty working set. See, literally half, less than half. And then after it will fill it sometime, it will just purge the useless ones, and you will get it filled with the needed things. As you can see, it was 5.3 GB. From 5.3 it came to 2.6. Like, very useful thing. Only use the empty working set, don't do these things. Sometimes you might get error if you use the other options. So only use this empty working set and empty standby list. Only these. Then close it. Close this too. Now secret. Then go to softwares. Software from here, install MSI Afterburner. We will need this to give you the last optimization and the best optimization out of this one. Just click on this and it will give select OK, next. I accept, next, next. Make sure to select revert unit statistics server. This shows the FPS and all that. Click on next and click on install. It will install. I have it already installed and it is running, so it was showing installation about it. For you, it will install it in your PC. These other things we have no need to install. I'll show you the use for these later. Now come down to ultimate power plan. Here just right click and run it as administrator. It will close. Then go to the battery icon or power icon. If you don't have the power or battery icon, just search here power plans. Here you will get choose a power plan option, and in high you will get this show additional plans. Click on it. Here you will get the ultimate performance. This might not necessarily enable get you more higher FPS, but it lowers the latency. If you feel like sometimes that you have shot an enemy like 1,000 bullets, but the enemy didn't die, it's mostly due to ping and the latency in the game. So ultimate performance decreases the latency as far as I've seen. So select ultimate performance. Now this is done, ultimate power plan and Windows Update Rate. So this is mainly for lower end PCs. If you have a very low end PC, the Windows Update runs in the background like infinitely, and it can be if you have a very low end PC, it will use 1% of CPU resources, like that, not even 1%. But on lower end PCs, how much ever you can get, the better. So for that, I have given you the disable driver updates and Windows Update registry files. Just right click on them and click on merge, and your Windows Update, using both of these, your Windows Update will be disabled. Uh, yes, and make sure to create a restore point before disabling the Windows Update. I won't be disabling my Windows Update because I have fairly good PC, so I have no need to disable the updates. This thing is done, and most of the things are done. Now I will show you the other things. Type in graphics settings here. It will open this type of page. Unselect hardware accelerated GPU scheduling. Uh, this doesn't affect much, but reducing it seems to make the game loop much more stable. Variable refresh rate eliminates game tearing if you enable the variable refresh rate, but it also adds latency. If you turn this off, your game will uh, become not much more responsive, but yeah, the bullets would connect better as variable refresh rate adds a bit of latency. Now in graphics performance preference, select a desktop app, click on browse, and now go to the uh, GameLoop installation directory. I have installed it in C drive program files, uh, and your would be installed in program files too. Just if you have many drives, see all the drives where it is installed. Go to program files here, scroll down here, go to TX Game Assistant. Click on it, go to UI, go to Android emulator, select it and click on it. Then go to browse, Android emulator EN, click on add, click on EX and click on it. And select high performance. If you have only one GPU in your system, this won't make a difference. But if you have two GPUs, like I have AMD Radeon graphics and AMD Nvidia graphics too, so this will help. And this is more important setting. I have done this on other my friends' PCs too. After adding these two EXE to the graphic settings, they are saying that their bullets are connecting much more easily. Go to Windows folder, then scroll down. Here you will find the System32 folder. Click on it. Again scroll down till you find trfs.exe. Click on add. Go to browse again. Scroll down till you find the dwm.exe. It should be somewhere around here. dwm.exe, add it and do high performance too. Okay, these two you need to do high performance, and after that close it. Close it, and this thing is done. Now open Windows Defender or any other antivirus you are using and CPU usage. So yeah, it does use resources, but on this PC, GameLoop uses just 30% CPU. So yeah, this does provide protection in today's world. Online protection is very important. We need this, so I'd recommend keeping this on. But due to antivirus, the GameLoop's startup is very slow. If you have installed all the resource files and all that, resources, maps, skins, and all that, you will find GameLoop startup exceedingly very slow. So to fix that, click on exclusions, and here you will find many other exclusions already added. It was the PowerShell commands we had executed. These are mostly the security database files and the graphics driver cache files we have excluded, so that we don't get much antivirus doesn't stand them and we get better performance. So click on add an exclusion, go to file. Here again go to the GameLoop installation directory, to TX, go to UI. Here select Android emulator en.exe. Again go to file. Here select AOW_DRV_sys. Again go to file. Again you will find AOW_DRV x64. Again go to file. Scroll down AOW_DRV x64_ev.sys. Okay. Again click on file. Here all of them are done. Come back. Go AOW rootfs. Come down. Here you will find rootfs.bin. Just click on open. Again click this time folder. Here go to UI, come to the GameLoop installation folder. Select AOW rootfs_100 as the folder. Okay, this much is done. Now close this. Now all of them done. Now open GameLoop. Most part is done. Now this is one of the most important optimizations. Without this GameLoop, you won't feel the smoothness I'm feeling. This will get you the smoothest graphics of and smoothest things. So after playing one match and downloading the maps and all that, just go to this place, go to settings and log out. Log out. Okay. After logging out, this is very important. Make sure to hear this properly. After logging out, go to repair. Tick both the options and click on OK. After that, it will show client repaired. Please restart the game. Don't click on OK. Just close this here. And after that, go to the GameLoop installation directory, program files, TX, game assistant, and then go to UI. Here, go to shader cache pools. Here, say 2000 items. So many cache files it has generated. Just select all and delete. And delete these once, like only now after uh, clicking on repair and doing the default settings. Just click on and delete it only this time. Don't delete it any other time. Only this once. If you do this again, you will face frame drops, my friend, and your experience will be really bad. Only once. Only this time. Delete all the cache files and it will generate the cache files again. But this is to be done only this time, not any other time. Only once will you do this after installing GameLoop in DirectX. If you are playing on OpenGL, then no need to clear cache files because OpenGL doesn't generate any cache files. Now after opening this and start PUBG Mobile. This is the only time you would be doing this. Once, only once. Cache files will be uh, deleted only once. If you delete cache files more than once, and if you also delete cache files without doing that process I had done, then your game will give frame drops. For the first few games, you will face a bit of lag and frame drop because that time it will start generating the cache files. You can accept all and uh, click on back and close this. And after that, to optimizer uh, and click on to apply graphics again. Sometimes it doesn't apply. So after clicking on graphics, close GameLoop. Now go to Nvidia control panel. Here go to adjust settings with image settings with preview and select use advanced 3D image settings. Click on apply. Click on take me there. Here keep all the settings at default. We only want to change the shader cache size to 10 GB instead of driver default. Okay, click on 10 GB. A driver default I've heard is 4 GB or 5 GB something. Click the shader cache size as 10 GB. Only this. Only this setting and then go to program settings. Click on add and then select pick up game loop. If you hover over it, you will see the game loop location. Make sure that is the Android emulator EN at the end. Then click on add selected program. Here, make sure to select high performance Nvidia processor. Then scroll down and don't select anything. Keep everything off, low latency mode. Especially keep this off. Never keep this at ultra or on. Frame rate settings, OpenGL, rendering, and OpenGI compatibility. If you are playing on OpenGL, I'll prefer this to keep it at the performance and performance power management mode. You have two options, either NVIDIA driver controlled or prefer maximum performance. I would go with NVIDIA prefer maximum performance. You can try NVIDIA driver control too. Both give the same thing. Only this. Other settings you don't need to change. Keep them at default. Just click on apply and done. Close this. Now open MSI Afterburner. MSI Afterburner. Inside of MSI Afterburner, if you see my graphics card is running at this much megahertz. Instead, it should be running at the highest megahertz. And how you'll find the highest megahertz? Just open GameLoop and also go to the lag fix files. Here you go to the lag fix files and go to the software. Here you will find GPU-Z. Open that. From here, select Nvidia GPU and uh, then click on this. Okay, this question mark icon. Click on this. It will open this render test page. On start render test. And as you can see, it will put load on the graphics and you will go to the highest graphics clock speed, which is 1785. Now that is done. Close this. We don't need this anymore. And then this is more important. We are now going to undervolt our graphics card. Undervolting graphics card is a very safe method. You might get Windows crash with this, but your graphics card will never be harmed. Even underclocking is sometimes even better than overclocking. So click on this curve editor option. Make sure to select Nvidia from GTX or any other whatever graphics you're having. This also applies to AMD GPU and ARC GPU. I don't know much about, but AMD and Nvidia GPUs, yeah, this will apply. Select the Nvidia or AMD GPU from here. Go to curve editor and select the first dot. First dot. Then click on shift and drag the whole thing down. Now, mostly uh, the highest voltage is at 1 volts or something, 1000 millivolt or 1 volt. I'll to underclock we apply less voltage to run it at higher frequencies. So heat generated also less and power consumption is also decreases. And that is why and we get better performance. So default is mostly at 1000 millivolts, but we will decrease it. Start it from 975 and keep decreasing. Okay, start from 975. How to apply? Click on the box, then drag it up till your highest clock speed. What was our highest clock speed? It was 1785, as we had seen after starting the render test. And you can use the arrow keys to move it up and down for precise precision. Now, after you have set it at the 1785 clock speed, click on Control and L. Press Control L. Then close the thing. Then click on Apply. Then this will change. As you can see, it has gone to the highest frequency. We want the highest frequency graphics card to run at the highest frequency so that we don't get any frame drops in DirectX. Sometimes in DirectX, or most of the time, the graphics card will run at lower frequency and it causes frame drops sometimes. So if we run it at the higher frequency block, then the frames we get consistent frames, and you will see our graph will become like this. Now, if this is stable, keep lowering it. Reset it. Go to curve editor. Select this. Press shift and click on down, and then come a bit down. My best setting is 850. After lowering it than 850, it causes my PC to crash or I see graphical glitches in games. So lower it down till your games start crashing or glitching. Even if it glitches, no problem. The PC will restart and you will reset if you have a wrong setting. My best setting is at 1785, so I'll use 850 at 1785. Click on press Ctrl L and then close this and click on apply. It will apply, and if you see the curve editor, it will become like this. Then minimize this. Uh, with this, the optimization is done.